Hello, everyone. So as Drew was saying, I'll be going over the recovery rebates for individuals. This name has been changing a lot over the past couple of weeks and has also been referred to as stimulus checks or economic impact payments. The goal of these payments are to get cash into the hands of most U.S. individuals and families as soon as possible. This rebate will consist of $1,200 per individual, $2,400 for couples, and an additional $500 per child. These payments will be made between now and December 31st through check or direct deposit information that is sent to the IRS. And one important aspect that I will cover in a little bit is that this rebate will act as an advanced refund for credit on your 2020 tax return. So first, the eligibility for this payment is any U.S. resident with adjusted gross income under $75,000, $112,500 for head of household, and $150,000 for married filing joint. What's nice is the IRS will be distributing this automatically with no action required for most people. They will do this through 2019 tax filings or 2018 tax filings for those who have yet to file their 2019 return. Some individuals who do not file a return will also be eligible. This includes senior citizens, Social Security recipients, and railroad retirees, and they will not have to file a return this year to claim it. The IRS will already get that information from their organizations. The last 2 points I wanted to highlight about eligibility is that you cannot be claimed as a dependent on another person's return, and dependents are limited to children under 17 years of age. I think this will mostly affect anyone with college students out there that may have filed a return but are still claimed as a dependent on their parents' return, so they would not be eligible. On to the next slide. These rebates will have a phase-out threshold. So anyone with adjusted gross income above those limits I mentioned before, it will be reduced by the amount of $5 for each additional $100 of AGI. So that's just an elaborate way of saying that those higher income individuals or couples can still receive a portion of the rebate, but it will be completely phased out for single filers over $99,000 and joint filers over $198,000. So as I mentioned at the start too, this rebate or stimulus payment will be treated as an advanced refund for credit on your 2020 tax return. So what this is saying is that we will have to recompute our eligibility and amount of refund using 2020 data. This will then be compared to the actual amount you receive in 2019. The government is doing this because there could be a potential timing difference between the amount of rebate one is supposed to receive. Since the IRS is using older data, they still want to make sure that everyone affected by the virus in 2020 still gets relief. So someone could get nothing in 2019 for their income being too high, but say in 2020 they get laid off and now they can receive that full $1,200 as a credit that would reduce their 2020 tax liability. So this is a good thing. Some other examples that could cause differences are for individuals that never have filed returns, or maybe a family had another child in 2020, so they'd be eligible for an additional $500 to reduce their tax liability. The also good news is that if for some reason you receive more than what you were supposed to, then you do not have to pay it back, and it won't affect your tax liability in 2020 either. So that's always good. It will just be treated like any other refundable credit on a tax return. Some additional items that are still in progress are that the Treasury is developing a web-based portal to allow individuals to provide their bank details to the IRS. That way they won't have to wait for their check in the mail, because this could be a lengthy process. Also, the actual dates that they plan to distribute the payments is still unknown, but as of this morning, according to the IRS website, they're claiming that payments will begin in the next 3 weeks. So that's all I have for now. If you have any questions.
Kyle, a couple of questions here. Would you receive $500 for your 19-year-old that you claim as a dependent since the child does not receive the $1,200?
No, I think if they're claimed as a dependent, then they will. Well, if they filed a tax return, then I don't think they would be eligible to be claimed as a dependent, so they wouldn't receive that. Is that kind of what the question was asking?
I think so. And in order to be a $500 dependent, you need to be under 17, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. If a taxpayer is not set up for electronic tax payments but does get Social Security checks, will they receive a deposit in his or her account, or will a paper check be created and sent? Concern on timing of payment.
I think so. As of now, I've been reading that it will go into their Social Security account. I don't think they'll have to create a separate account, or it won't be by check since they already have that information set up. That's just still in the process of how they're going to do all the logistics of it.
Okay, that was the end of the question.
All right, thank you.